You're 16. The outbreak started 4 months ago, and you still don't know what caused it. By now, it doesn't matter anyway. Your parents didn't make it past the first week. Your older brother, Marcus, who's 24 and an ex-Marine, is the only reason you're still alive. He's the fighter, the planner, the one who puts down the dead when they get too close. You're just the kid he drags around like a heavy backpack. You can't shoot straight, you freeze up when things go wrong, and you've almost gotten him killed 3 times since all of this began. He never says it out loud, but you can see it in his eyes every time he has to pull you out of danger. You're the anchor around his neck, and he'd rather drown than let you go. You're on a supply run at an abandoned pharmacy on the edge of a town you don't recognize. Marcus is clearing the back rooms while you're supposed to watch the front door. It's such a simple job that even a dog could do it. Then you hear a noise from the stockroom, a wet, dragging sound. You should call for Marcus like you always do, but something inside you snaps. A dumb spark of pride chooses the worst possible moment to ignite. You push open the stockroom door and find a crawler, half a torso dragging itself behind a shelf, its legs gone and intestines trailing behind like a rope. It grabs your ankle before you can jump back and sinks its teeth into your calf. The pain is white hot. You stomp its head until it caves in, then stand there panting, staring at the wound. 2 deep puncture marks are already swelling purple around the edges. Everyone knows the timeline by now. Fever in 6 hours, blackouts in 12, loss of motor function in 18, full turn in 24. You pull your sock up over the bite, walk back out to Marcus, and tell him the stockroom was clear. He asks if you're okay, and you say yeah, your voice cracking, but he's too busy counting pill bottles to notice. You've been heading north for 2 weeks, toward a settlement that supposedly has walls and generators and real living people behind a gate. If you tell Marcus about the bite, 2 things could happen. Either he wastes what little time you have left searching for a cure that doesn't exist, or he does what he's done to every other bitten survivor you've met on the road. Quick, clean, merciful. He never hesitates with strangers, but you've seen how it affects him afterward, the way his hands shake when he thinks you're not looking. You won't make him do that to his own brother. You have 24 hours, and for the first time in your useless life, you're going to spend every minute being the brother he deserved. At hour 3, you volunteer to clear a gas station while Marcus covers the truck. He looks at you like you just spoke Chinese. You've never volunteered for anything. You kick in the side door and sweep the aisles the way you've watched him do 100 times. Your hands are shaking, but nobody's there. You find fuel cans, canned food, a box of 9mm rounds, and antibiotics. You load everything into the truck bed while Marcus watches you from the driver's seat with his mouth half open. That night, you make camp under an overpass and build the fire without being asked. Then you ask Marcus to teach you to shoot. He laughs, a real laugh, not his tired, sarcastic one, and says, "It's about time." He lines up cans on a concrete barrier. You miss the first 5, but by the 10th round, you're hitting 2 out of 3. He claps you on the shoulder and says, "Good." You feel it in your chest like sunlight, right before the fever creeps up the back of your neck like a cold hand. Hour 6 arrives right on schedule. You hide your chills by sitting close to the fire. Marcus tosses you a blanket and tells you to rest while he takes first watch. You lie there pretending to sleep as your body cooks from the inside. Your thoughts get cloudy, your vision doubles, and you bite down on your sleeve to keep your teeth from chattering loud enough to wake him. While he's on watch, you do quiet work, organizing the truck bed, sorting ammo by caliber, topping off fuel cans. You find a notebook and a working pen in the glove box and start writing by the dome light. You're not sure what it is yet. Instructions, an apology, probably both. Chewing jerky for breakfast takes 5 minutes because your jaw feels full of sand. Then you encounter a herd of at least 30 dead, shuffling across the only bridge heading north. Marcus says you should wait, maybe hours, for them to clear. But you don't have hours. You tell him you have an idea. You'll take the motorcycle strapped to the truck bed, ride east, make noise, and draw the herd away. He says absolutely not, it's too dangerous. 2 days ago, he'd be right. But 2 days ago, you were a different person. You don't ask permission. You unstrap the bike, kickstart it, and tear down the road before he can grab you. You ride toward the herd laying on the horn, and all 30 rotting heads turn toward you. You lead them east down a dirt road, weaving through their outstretched hands, your blurring vision turning them into smeared shapes. You almost crash, but manage to drag them half a mile from the bridge before looping back through a field. When you return, the bridge is clear, and Marcus stands outside the truck with a look you've never seen directed at you. Not anger, not relief, but respect. He just nods, and you nod back, hiding your trembling hands behind your back. You're losing fine motor control now. Your fingers feel thick and dumb, like they belong to someone else. Loading a magazine takes 3 tries, and you drop a can of food, unable to grip it on the first attempt. Marcus is watching closely now, asking what's wrong with you. You lie about tweaking your wrist on the motorcycle. He doesn't buy it, but he doesn't push. You're close to the settlement, maybe 2 hours of driving. You ride in silence, watching the dead landscape scroll past. You want to tell him everything, the words sitting on your tongue like a round in a chamber. But you know Marcus. If you tell him, he'll stop the truck, check your leg, see the bite, and then he'll have to make the decision that's been eating him alive every time he's made it for a stranger. You won't put that on him. You swallow the words and feel the pulling inside you grow stronger with every mile. You see the walls, concrete and welded sheet metal, guard towers with spotlights, the hum of generators. Marcus pulls up to the gate. A guard asks how many, and Marcus says 2. Inside, it's not paradise, but it's the closest thing left. Families sit together, there's a medical tent, kids draw in the dirt with sticks, and someone cooks real food that smells so good it almost makes you cry. They process you, assign you a tent, and Marcus immediately starts talking perimeter security and supply logistics with the settlement leader. He's already building, already planning the next 10 years. You watch him for a minute, then slip away behind a storage container. You pull up your pant leg. The bite is black with dark purple veins running past your knee like cracks in glass. Your foot is completely numb. You pull your sock back up, take out the notebook, and finish the letter. You tell him everything about the pharmacy, the bite, why you hid it. You tell him you're sorry for every time you froze, every time he had to carry you, every time you almost got him killed. You tell him that today was the first day you felt like his brother instead of his baggage. You tell him the settlement is good, and he should stay and build something real. You tell him you love him. You fold the letter and slide it into his pack where he'll find it in the morning. Your hands barely work now. Your left eye is just a dark smear. The pulling inside you grows louder. Not pain, but something worse. Like your mind is being rewritten line by line, and the original file is disappearing. Marcus finds the letter at dawn. He reads it standing by the truck, his hands steady, his face unmoving. He folds it once and puts it in his chest pocket, then walks to the east fence and follows the trail into the trees. He finds you tied to the trunk, but you're not you anymore. Your eyes are milky white, your jaw working at nothing. The knot's held. You didn't go anywhere. Marcus stands there for a long time, looking at the thing that used to be his little brother. Then he does what he's done for every other one they've met on the road. Quick, clean, merciful. Except this time his hands shake, and they don't stop shaking for a long time after. He buries you under that tree and carves one word into the bark with his knife. Brother. That's the end of the story. It's fiction, but if the world ever does go sideways, remember that the people who survive won't be the strongest or the fastest. They'll be the ones who had someone worth fighting for.